Hello everybody, my name is CulBlu and I'm bringing out this video of me playing a board game, and today I'm going to be playing through Skytear Horde, just the base game. I have all the expansions and all the fun stuff, but I'm just going to be playing the base game because I just want to get the video out there, so get a little playthrough there. So I'm going to get our background music started here. Ooh, that is loud. Sorry, I forgot to turn that down. Alright, so we got our background music going, and let's go ahead and jump into our Skytear Horde adventure here. So, as far as Skytear Horde, this game is a lane battler, and our entire goal is to essentially defeat the enemy. Now, we'll defeat the enemy by defeating, basically going through these portals, and we'll be fighting against the Hatebringer, I think is his name. I forgot to pull him out here, and there he is. We'll fight against the Hatebringer. And victory for us will be considered if we knock out the Hatebringer twice, so we have to knock him out twice. And, you know, it'll take a little bit of work for us to get there, but we have to do that while also surviving, and aka not dying. And this is the simplest of missions to follow, to fight, and we essentially, like I said, want to just get the Hatebringer and knock him out. So just zooming in a little bit here on the cards. I know I had the little overlay there, but I'm going to try to use that, try to switch between these two. I'm going to be going through 3 different levels here, and essentially I need to defeat this portal to bring out the Hatebringer first level, and then I defeat the Hatebringer, and then I defeat the portal, then I bring out the second Hatebringer out, and that allows me to essentially continue on and win the game there. Let me double check. Let me double check the rulebook here, because I think I got conflicting information. Let me see. In phase. If the last stage outsider has been destroyed, alliance players win the game. Okay, this is last stage outsider. So when does the second stage come out? Guess it doesn't say. All right, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and play. Oh, I see. Yeah. So he'll come out the next round because this card will trigger it. Because the text on this card says summon all cards in the outsider pile at the end of the Horde phase, and this one says the same thing, except for there's no enemy summoning. Okay, all right, cool. I'm glad I got that cleared up, because that would have been a really huge rules mistake there. So essentially what this says is when this card comes out, I will fight the Hatebringer, and then if I defeat the Hatebringer, then on the next round, the second level will come out, and I have to fight him again. I have the option of defeating the portal, or knocking out the portal, to make sure that no more enemies spawn, so I can just focus only on the Hatebringer. It just depends on how I want to do it. And there are reasons why I may or may not want to do that, but that is kind of the overall flow of things. So first and foremost, I need to go ahead and get set up. So for the setup, I need to set up the enemies. I'm going to be playing against the most basic of the basic things, because this game is one that still mystifies me a little bit. So I'm gonna go in easy mode here, and by easy mode I mean I'm just gonna play on the I'm gonna play with the base enemies. So in the game you have a lot of enemies that you can fight against. So these enemies aren't the base ones, so I grabbed the wrong ones. But there's 3 different enemies that come with the base game. I'll talk more about that I talked about it I think in my unboxing, but I'll talk definitely more about that in my review. There's some core cards here that are going to be inside of every stack, so I'm going to put those guys here because I need those. And I'm trying to put these guys back. Where are they? Where's their divider? Did I just not grab all the cards? What's going on? Oh, there we go. Found it. All right, so they go back in. So I need basic, please. There we go. Nope, he's on the basic either. Oh my gosh. I grabbed everything with the basics. So essentially you get 3 different sets of enemies to fight. Here we go. Here's the basics. Yeah, there's my friendly basics there. And we'll be fighting against them. So I will shuffle these cards here into that one, or into that stack of cards. And this is going to be the enemy deck. And this is going to bring out the enemies I'm going to be fighting and doing all kinds of stuff. Now, I haven't explained the flow of the game, mainly because I wanted to get everything set up first and then explain the flow of the game. So please bear with me if you're still worrying about the rules. I'm going to continue to set up here. So there we go. We got the enemy stack right there. Let's put it over to the side. I'm going to get my deck, which I'm going to use the suggested initial enemies deck, which I'm following the rules based on the base game here. So the rules based on the base game don't tell you to kind of separate any ally, hero or heroic allies out. It just says use the stack and go. From what I understand, from what people have said, because I haven't played the second expansion yet, But from what people have said, the second expansion kind of changes it up a little bit and allows you to kind of have, you know, a little bit more reinforcements or something like that. Anyway, all that goes to super ultra long way to say the rulebook told me to just use a stack, so I'm just using the stack. So that's how I'm playing it. I'm playing it very basic, very straightforward, not drafting, not doing anything fancy, schmancy, just keeping it simple. So this is my deck. I'm gonna put this over here on this side. And we also have our board here. So I will use these minions and these minions and these monster creatures here to talk about the setup of the board. So I mentioned before that I haven't spoken about how the game flows, but essentially I'm going to be fighting against the enemies here, and they'll be coming in different lanes. Now each lane is represented by this little these sectors here. So there's 6 lanes in this entire game, and they line up based on where the dividers are here. This here is my mana. My mana track that determines how much energy I have to be able to spend on things. And one second, let me adjust my mic here. All right, sorry. That determines. Oh man, my voice sounds way different. That determines how much money I have to spend, how much mana I have to spend to basically get different enemies in different places, or different cards, and play different cards, play different abilities, summon different abilities, so on and so forth. And that's what that allows me to do. So the mana track, I want to try to build that up. It can go no higher than 10, so I want to, you know, just kind of stock up some mana, spend it so I can play my cards and do cool stuff. So that is what the mana track is. The other part of the game is that I will have cards in my hand that will have various different effects, and I'll zoom in on this here, down here. I think we can see that well enough. So I have various different cards, and these cards will have different bits of text on them. So for instance, this one says Ally Tribesman. This one's an Ally Tribesman as well. This one's a spell. This one's an Ally Dryad. And this deck should be Dryads and Tribesmen. So I'll have different effects and different abilities. They can do different things. There's different effects and different abilities that can show up, but essentially I need to use these cards to fight against the enemy. So I will summon them into different lanes, and I can move them between lanes, and use that to kind of defeat my enemies. Going back to the card, we have here the cost. It cost me 3 mana to bring this guy, or to bring this character out into the game. And then when I do a fight during the fighting phase, they'll get this, whatever this effect is. When this card is killed or destroyed or taken out of the game, I get to do whatever this says here. This here is how much damage it'll do when it fights, and this is how much health it has. So as you see, 2 health, it'll die. In comparison to my enemies, if I had this one set up here on this lane, during the fighting phase, they will deal 1 damage to me, and I will deal 2 damage to them, therefore taking them out. And that's kind of how that works. So pretty straightforward attack, defense values there. Damage does accumulate, so even though my character was not killed by fighting the skeleton token in that particular example I just pointed out, they would still have 1 damage on them, meaning that I'm at risk of losing them if I don't heal them somehow or get some kind of ability to kind of get them back up to a nice refreshed fighting state. So that is that. So everything else, well, I won't say everything else, I'll kind of explain as we go along, but I will go ahead and bring up the turn phase track over here, because this will basically show how all the turns will work. Every round, every turn, I will essentially go through all these phases, and as you can see here, there are a number of different actions that you'll do on the phase. Also, let me change our playlist. I don't like this one. It's very loud in my ears. Oh yeah, nice and classic. You guys have probably heard this one a lot. So I'll go through those different phases in that order, and then I'll play my cards, do my things, and try to win the game. When I am attacked by the enemy, they will be attacking my capital building, which in this case will be the castle. And the castle is, the Gaping Maw. The Gaping Maw will basically have a certain number of hit points. If it gets depleted to 0, then I lose the game. So I want to make sure I don't do that. So here's the Gaping Maw. As you can see, it has an effect here. I can exhaust it to pay 1 mana, and then choose one of these effects. I can either remove 2 negative health, so heal it 2, or heal an ally 1, or draw a card. So I get to do on those. Oh, also, I have 20 hit points on that. So if I take 20 damage on this card, then I'm defeated, and that won't be great. So I want to make sure I don't do that, because doing that is not good for my health. So yeah. So I keep the Gaping Maw. I didn't think this part through. I'll keep the Gaping Maw over here. It's a little bit out of view, but it's there. It's gonna be difficult because like the spacing wise, I need to make sure people have space to like exhaust. Exhaust is basically some cards will have an effect to where it allows me to exhaust them, and when I exhaust them, what that allows me to do is that allows me to essentially use the ability that they have there, and then you know they're basically tapped, or I don't know what's the best way to say it. They don't they can't reactivate. There, sure, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And that is an important thing to make sure that I manage because I'll be hopefully wanting to use these effects. But exhausting doesn't mean that they can't fight. They still fight. It just means that they exhausted. It shows that they've used their ability and they'll refresh at a certain phase. But the gaping maw can also exhaust, is what I was trying to point out there. And that's why I need a little bit of space. So it can show like non-exhausted and exhausted. So it's going to be a little bit rough, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Another thing that's really unique about this game is that when I fight, I don't draw cards. If you look at the turn phaser over here, the turn phases, you'll notice that drawing cards is not one of those phases because I don't draw cards. The way I get cards is by defeating enemies or knocking all the health off of a minion. So when I do one of those two things, I get to draw additional cards, and those additional cards will allow me to kind of continue going. So I kind of have to pace myself to where I make sure I have enough cards to survive or enough damage to take things out. And also I want to make sure that I don't, don't die. Dying is not good. So, yeah, if I can just manage to do that, that'll be great. All right, everything else is kind of explained as you play the game, so I'm going to go ahead and clear out these minions because we don't need them. And, just making a mess here on the board. And these minions are considered in the minion row or in the minion section of the board. They are not in the row. They're not available for me to smack directly. The minions have a very special effect. All of them have the same effect. And that effect is essentially... Ooh, that's like nice and translucent there. Wow, I picked the worst card. The effect here says for these guys, if I can get my camera to focus, there we go. It says the minions, they gain +1 attack for each health they have on them. They also have trample, so anytime they deal excess damage, the damage goes to the castle, which is not great. And what happens with these guys is that at the end of the round, for every minion that has a health on them, they will essentially burn cards in my deck, which is not great. So it becomes like a negative timer for me. So I have to be very cognizant, very cautious of that. If I bring up the round tracker here, you'll see down here, the pillage phase, it says minions not in lanes pillage, and then minions return into the back line after they pillage. So pillage is essentially, I have health, I have damage, I can steal cards away from you. And oh yeah, I need to turn my noise gate back up, right? I forgot about my AC. Man, I was having so much fun. I did all the adjustment of the noise gate, and here I am, having to switch it right back up. All right, that's better. Yeah, there we go. Okay, continuing talking with things, and my raging AC in the background. So what we have is, 1 second. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so what we have here is we have our enemies that we're fighting up here. We have our starting round phase over here on the side, and we have our starting portal here. I'll bring this on the screen so we can look at it a little bit closer. The portal here says we have to do some setup. So the setup for this one, it says we need to take the 3 minions that are named here and give them 1 health. And then at the end of the turn, when this portal is destroyed, then we reveal the next portal, and the next portal shows up upright. So I'm going to go ahead and do those things. So let me go ahead and put the health on the minions. So it's going to be Yinter, or Yetnar, Onika, and Cephalites. Now, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but that's what it sounds like to me, so that's what I'm pronouncing. Using my phonics here. All right. Cool. So establish that. Now I need to draw my initial hand, so I will start with 5 cards in my hand, and I can mulligan if I want to. So I will decide to, or I will check to see if I want to mulligan. The game suggests for your very first game, it suggests that if you have any cards that are not allies, then you should mulligan. So any cards that are non-allies, you should mulligan. So I'm gonna decide based on what I have here. Ooh, that's a little hard to read, isn't it? Sorry, my controller's doing controller things. So I have here a few cards. I have a lot of allies and one tower. So I think I'm just gonna stick with what I got here. Oh, actually I need to look at the costs. Because if it's too expensive, I'm gonna have a lot of trouble here. I kind of like the combination of stuff I have though. So I think I might try to tank around and then see if I can kind of make it through the game. So we'll see. I'm gonna hold on to my hand and we'll see if that's a good idea. We'll see if I made a blunder or if I'm doing okay. So we got my starting hand here, and now we're off to doing the things here. So first we're gonna do the gain mana. So gaining mana, what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at the card here, the portal here, and this portal says +4. 1 second. That didn't change much, did it? I'm trying to adjust the focus, but it looks like it's a little too shallow. Depth of field here. Yeah, that's better. All right, so it says +4 down here, and this +4 will basically say I need to get that much mana, so I will get +4 mana. Okay, cool, thank you. And next, I will ready any exhausted cards. I have no exhausted cards, we just started the game. Next, we'll do the Horde phase. So we'll summon a Horde card, or summon Horde cards. In order to do that, we'll look at the portal, and the portal is currently on 1, because we're looking at what's upright, and it's on 1. So we're gonna go ahead and summon a creature. 1 second. Trying to get the focus to be less aggressive. There we go. I think that's better. So the problem is that everything's at an angle. There's no middle ground unless I change some of my camera settings there, so we'll deal with it. I'll read out things as we go along, so my apologies for the portal being a little bit blurry there. So we get +4 mana, so we got that. Now we're going to go into the summon Horde cards. We look at the portal card, it's telling us to summon 1. So we're going to summon 1. We're going to draw the top card of this deck, and we're going to play it. So we're going to look at the card, and this one that we drew was the Troll Brute. It is just a Troll Brute. And if the card had any pluses up here in the corner, that means that we would get that much mana as well. There are no pluses, so we get nothing extra. This one's just a Troll Brute who has Taunt. And Taunt just says at the end of the Alliance phase, after I finish placing my characters and stuff, this monster must be engaged, as in I have to commit people to go fight them. Alright, well, got my work cut out for me here. So I have 4 mana, and there's a 3/2 creature out there trying to fight me that is taunting me. So let's see. How can I... I was gonna say, how can I make this work out for me? So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try a strategy that I don't think has worked out for me in the past, but I'm gonna try it now. I'm currently in the Alliance phase here. Oh, sorry. We resolve new Horde cards. We resolve them. Compact basically means move all your cards down to kind of fill in gaps from left or to the left. Going from left to right. So we've done that already. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do something here that is probably not the wisest of decisions, but I think this will get me off to a really good start. So I'm going to... Oh, I have to engage that guy. Ugh. I hate that I have to engage him. That's the worst part. Okay. Man, I have nobody really? Okay. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and put our allied tribesmen out there. The Canopy Huntress, and we're gonna put them out there. That's gonna cost me 2 mana, so I'm gonna spend 2. There we go. 2 mana has been spent. And now that I have done that, they've gone out. I spent my 2 mana, so now I have 2 mana left, and I have a card that I can play. I have a pillar, and I think I want to play it. I don't have any spells, so I'm going to play the Stone Pillar here. I'm going to put it right there, and then I'm going to play the effect of the Stone Pillar. So Stone Pillar says that when I play the Stone Pillar, it gains 2 health. So I put 2 health on it, and then I can exhaust the Stone Pillar. And when I do, the pillar gains the pillar loses 1 health, and then a monster gains -1/-1. So that is going to be really valuable. So I'm going to go ahead and exhaust that. And I've exhausted the pill. Oh, sorry. First, summon it. I'm going to put 2 health on it. There we go. And then I'm going to exhaust it. It's going to lose 1 health. And then, oh, I'm at 0 mana now. And then I'm going to put -1/-1 on this guy. So he's now hitting for 2 and he has 1 health left. So that's going to be pretty good because that means that this character can take him out. Oh, also, when this character is destroyed, they have a destroyed ability. It says when they're destroyed, Gorilla 2. So Gorilla 2 allows me to remove up to 2 from a minion. So it allows me to remove 2 health from a minion, basically reducing the amount of pillage that they do. So we'll see if that comes back to help me out. All right, so I've played my alliance cards. I've engaged minions. I used my exhaust abilities. I could have moved my allies between lanes, but I didn't. I discarded alliance cards in play. I don't have any I want to discard. That's usually for towers or things that are in the way, because this tower is stuck here in this lane. Actually, we're gonna say I summoned it over there. This tower is stuck here in this lane forever, until it dies. So that is what it does. Oh, also, sorry, I forgot about my castle. Oh, never mind. I was going to say, here's my castle. And my castle has an ability of I can exhaust it to pay 1 mana and then choose one of these effects. So I was going to say I can use my castle, I can exhaust it, but I have no mana left, so I cannot do that right now. So unfortunately, I'm all done for now. Alright, moving on. We now move from the Alliance phase over to the Treachery phase. So for the Treachery phase, it says resolve the Treachery card. Resolve the Treachery card, and then use the play and exhaust ability. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip over this card, and all we're looking for is we're looking to see if it has this symbol or if it has a lightning bolt. If it has this symbol, it's going to be added to the creature to make them stronger. It's going to be added to the leftmost creature that's attacking. I don't think this counts minions, but let me double check. 1 second. Let me place that there for a second. Pretty sure that doesn't include minions, but I could be wrong. It says the boosted monster is the leftmost monster in the lanes. Okay, yeah, so it has to be the monster in the lanes. So again, the minions are not in the lane, so this is the leftmost monster in the lane, so they get boosted, so they're hitting for 3. So, you know, this character's still gonna die, but at least they didn't get healed, which I'm pretty happy about. Alright, so that's it. If I had a lightning bolt, we would do the lightning bolt ability instead. But in this case, we did the sword, so we're doing the sword. Now we're done with that. We're going to go ahead and from each lane, we're going to resolve any Horde fight abilities. There are no Horde fight abilities right now. We're going to resolve any Alliance fight abilities. There are none. And now we're going to have the ally and monster strike each other. So we're going to start here. It's going to go from left to right. So this big monster is going to hit me because this is a +1, -1, plus, or sorry, 3, -1, +1. So it's just a 3. So it's going to hit me for 3. And then I am going to hit them for 1. And that's going to be enough to kill them. That's going to be enough to kill me. So we're going to take them out. And when we do take them out, that will get me a single card. Not a whole lot, but just a single. I'll take it. Ooh, and I got a guard pillar. Nice. And then this creature dies, unfortunately. So they go into my discard. And that is it for the fighting. No damage was done to me directly, so I'm pretty happy about that. Now we're going to move over to now that we're done with the fighting phase, we're going to go ahead and do the pillage phase. So minions not in the lane will pillage. These minions are not in the lane, so they'll pillage. So I'll lose 3 cards from my deck. So I'm going to lose 3 cards from my deck. So 1, 2, 3. Very sad. Very sad that I lost so many cards, especially some zeros. I don't know what they do, but they look pretty cool. And now I'm done with that. We are going to go to the end phase. If the gate was destroyed this turn, place the next gate upright. Otherwise, rotate the gate 90 degrees and then discard your hand down to 7 cards. I only have 4, so I'm good. We're going to rotate the gate. It was not defeated. And now we move on to the next round. And we do it all over again. So now we have a board state here. We're going to unexhaust everything. So it's unexhausted. My tower was never activated, but it's unexhausted as well. And we gain mana. So I'm going to gain 4 mana again. Now we're going to go into the Horde phase. We're going to summon a Horde card. So we're going to summon a Horde card. And this one's going to be a spell. This one says spell, re-engage. Sorry, the Gathering Storm. It says re-engage? Renegade, wow. Words are hard. Gathering Storm. This one says play. The Unitar minion gains +2. Oh man, I forgot to do my Strode effect. Oh man, I'm so sorry. Ugh. So my Canopy Huntress, when they were destroyed, I should have been able to remove 2 health from one of the minions, meaning that one of these cards would not have been discarded. So I don't know which one, so I'm going to shuffle these as best I can, and then add it back over here, and then shuffle the deck. And the one that was chosen was probably been the Zephlite, because I've seen a lot of cards with Zephlites. I would not have picked the one that just came up. Unfortunately, the one that just came up is the Yenitar. Yetnar. Alright, there we go. Deck's back over there. So anyway, going back to what I was saying, this one is going to have that minion gain 2 +2 health, and then monsters and portals gain +1 armor for the remainder of this turn. It says monsters and portals. Now the minions are also considered monsters because they're called epic monsters. They have the keyword monster inside of them. Let me double check that, make sure I was right. Yeah, the minions are epic monsters, so I don't think the game makes a differentiation between epic monster and non-epic monster, but at any rate, they're going to get +1 armor. Please correct me in the comments, or if you're watching me live on Twitch here, it's twitch.tv/CulBlu. Let me know. That guy doesn't get anything. And the portal gets a little boost there, and that's going to be for the round. Okay, so I got my work cut out for me. This is a good time to talk about engaging the minions. Now, engaging the minions is something that I can do. Whenever I play my cards down, I can choose to bring in the minion, choose any one of these minions to fight, and that'll allow me to basically fight them. Oh, sorry, I forgot that. The 2 health. Yep, thanks for catching that. Okay, cool. All right, so now who do I want to fight? I could just take the pillage, and I think, I think I do want to take the pillage. So in that case, do I have any allied dryads in my discard? I do not have any allied dryads in my discard just yet. The reason why is because one of my cards allows me to put an allied dryad from my discard beneath the living jungle, this card here. If I do, I get to Mutaform, or Mutaform 2, which allows me to basically up my attack by 1 or 2, and then up to my health by 1 or 2, so basically I can do 1 attack and 1 health for 2 total, for 2 Mutaform total, or 2 health for 2 Mutaform total, so on and so forth. And this is destroyed. Put all cards beneath the living jungle in your discard pile. Oh, it's disappointing. I think I want to summon the Clearing Dryad, and then I can try to like heal him up. So I'm gonna spend the 3 to bring him out, because we are in the alliance phase. The horde phase, we did the spell. There's nothing to compact or anything, so we're just there. And then I'm going to bring in. Then I'm gonna bring in these guys over here to fight me. I'm gonna let that one hit me, hit my my cards over there, but. You know, it's all right. I'll live. All right, so I'm bringing those guys in to fight me, and I have 1 mana left. I'm hopefully I'm one to hold on to this for next round, so I can do some better stuff, some bigger stuff. But we'll see how this goes. Now we're done with that. We're gonna go over to the treachery phase. So we're gonna draw this card, and the card we drew was a instant effect, a treachery. An ally gains -1 attack. Ooh, that's not great, but it's okay because we're not doing the big attack, but it's still not ideal. So we gain -1 attack. That's not great. All right, now that we're done with that, we go into our fight phase. We have no before attack effects. This one has trample, but trample's not going to do anything to me. Now we just attack each other. I had an exhaust ability, but I did not use it because it didn't do anything for me. So now we're going to attack. I'm attacking them for 2. So I will do 2 damage. The first damage is blocked by the armor. The second damage is takes out that. And then they're going to also simultaneously attack me, which they had 1 health, which gave them 1 attack. So they'll do 1 damage to me, which I'm not happy about, but it's okay. And that means that these guys are defeated, which is great. They just go back there. Defeated minions don't disappear. They just go back to the well, they go back to the row afterwards, after they do the pillage phase. So let me just play this correctly. This one will stay there, but defeating a minion does give me a card, which is very important because that did change things. Oh my gosh, I got the behemoth. Look at this guy. I got the behemoth. The behemoth says cost 1 less mana to play for each card in your discard pile. Cost 25. It's my big card, and when I play him, I get to Mutaform 5. So that's wild. I don't know if I'll be able to actually get that card anytime soon, but that's one of my big cards, so I'm gonna try to hold on to that for sure. All right. So now that we're done with all that, let us go into the pillage phase. Pillage phase allows these guys to attack, so they're going to drain 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Plus 2, 3. Yep, 2, 3. So that's, oh, sorry, that stays there. And that's it. Minions return to the back line. Okay. And now we do the gates. The gate, nothing happened here. This is only for this round, so I get to remove that now. Let's hit that round, right? Let me double check. It says for the remainder of the turn. Yeah, they gain the armor for the remainder of the turn, so he doesn't have it anymore. Now we're going to rotate to here, which is important because that means I'm going to have a little bit of rest here. So that's going to be it. So now we're going to continue with our stuff. So we are at the refresh phase. We're going to gain our mana. I'm going to gain 4 mana. All right, so now at 5. And now we ready my exhausted cards. I did not have anything exhausted, so everything's fine. Now we're going to do the summon a horde card. So we're currently at 0, so we don't summon anything, which is great. And now we move on to the ally phase. So the ally phase, I am going to play... That's somebody who can heal. Yeah, I'm gonna play my my guard pillar. It allows me to, after an ally is destroyed, put that card beneath the pillar. When a pillar has 3 or more allies beneath it, I can destroy the guard pillar and then return all cards beneath it to my hand. So I'll play that card over here, right there. You know, I'll put my my gate over here. My gate has not been hit yet, which I'm pretty happy about. But we'll see if that changes as I go along, because you know, you never know. Things can spiral out of control really fast in this game. Ask me how I know, or don't. So that cost me 2 mana. And now I'm going to make the choice that I think is a good choice. And that choice is to put in another ally card. I do have an ally dryad in there, so I'm going to play the Living Jungle. So Living Jungle says, oh, that's a fight ability. Nice. So Living Jungle cost me 3. And they have a fight ability that says put an ally dryad card from your discard pile beneath the Living Jungle. If I do, I get to Mutaform 2. I didn't realize that was a fight ability. Okay, all right. In that case, I want to hold on to them for another second. Let me put the Brush Dryad out. The Brush Dryad costs 3 mana and allows me to, when I play them, I can move any number of plus... well, no, I don't want to do that either. Oh, gosh, I don't want to do any of these. All right. It makes the most sense for me to put the Living Jungle out, so I'm going to put the Living Jungle out. They're going to come out. I'm going to put them over here. Actually, I don't want to put them over there. I want to put them over here. That's going to cost me 3 mana. So I go from 3 down to 0. And that is it. They have a fight ability. The guard pillar doesn't do anything. I am going to... Oh, I have no mana left. I have no mana left. Oh, no. I was going to say, I am going to try to heal my stone pillar or heal my dryad, but I guess I can't because I have no mana. Well, shoot. Shoot. All right. Anyway. Moving on, so now we're done with that. We're done with the alliance phase. We are going to go to the treachery phase. Now, during the treachery phase, after there's an ability that comes out, I can choose to play any lightning bolt abilities that I have in my hand still. So like an exhaust ability or a lightning bolt ability from my side, from my hand. And that allows me to basically play spells after I've kind of reacted to the treachery phase. I have not had any spells just yet, and I have not had any mana left over to do that, so that's why you haven't heard me talk about it, but that's another thing that's important to note about the game. Alright, continuing on. Treachery phase, we're going to draw a card, and this card is going to be nice. It's going to be nothing. So this card here says we do those over there, and it's not going to be added to anybody, because I didn't engage anybody. I did want to engage that guy, but I did not beforehand, before that card was revealed, so... I'll take it. All right, looks like I'm going to lose 3 cards anyway. But I am going to get a nice clean hit straight to the portal. I'm going to be dealing a good bit of damage there, so that's going to feel pretty good. Okay, so now that's done, we're going to go into the fight phase. There's no... oh, I do have a fight ability. So we're resolve Horde fight abilities, there's none. Resolve Alliance fight abilities, I have this one, which allows me to put an Allied Dryad card from my discard pile beneath the Living Jungle. And if I do, I can mutaform 2. And I have currently only have 1 Dryad in there, so I need another Dryad to die soon. And I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. So that's unfortunate. It's going to be a little bit of a gap between them getting stronger. But I can mutaform 2, and I will mutaform 2 in the form of 2 health. I'm just going to be... Oh, actually, nope. I'm going to do 1 health and 1 damage. Because that'll allow me to take out the portal. No, I'm still going to be short, aren't I? Never mind. I'm going to mutaform 2 health because I want to keep this person alive for as long as possible. Alright. So now we're done with that. We're going to continue our fight. And that's going to be 2 damage from here, 2 damage from there. And that's going to be it. So I'm dealing 4 damage to the portal. Take that, portal. So the portal has now 4 health less. And now that's done, we're going to go over into, or we're done with all the fight phase, pillage phase. 3, they lost that already. They're going to cause me to lose 3 cards. So I will lose 3 cards. So 1, 2, 3. Not happy about that, but it's what happens here. And we're done with the round. So now we're going to go back to the top of the round. And this one's going to have us gain mana of 4 again. So that's a 4. And then we're going to ready our exhausted cards. Then I exhausted. Now we're going to resolve, summon a Horde card. Summoning this one here. And it's going to be Troll Trackers. So it's a monster. And it says, at the end of the Horde phase, the weakest ally engages Troll Trackers. At the end of the Horde phase. So at the end of this phase, they are going to engage with the weakest ally. And the ally engaged with the Troll Trackers cannot be moved or exhausted. Alright, so when it says weakest, I'm assuming weakest by health. Looks like we're at 4 and 3, so they're going to engage here. And that's not going to be fun, but it's going to be what we got here. Okay. So that's how they're going to engage. It says compact, but we can't compact because they said they engage with it at the end of the Horde phase after compaction happens. So that's it. I cannot exhaust with this guy, which is unfortunate because I was going to try to move my boosts from here to somebody else, but not the cards that we have. But there's a chance that this guy might die, so that's pretty cool. All right. So now we're done with that. We're going to go ahead and play, go into our alliance phase. So I'm going to go ahead and play this card here. I'm going to play the Brush Dryad. They allow me to, when I play, I can move any number of plus attacks or plus health from an ally to the Brush Dryad. And I think I will not do that. And then it says, after the Brush Dryad neighbor is destroyed, I can mutaform 2. And then I can repeat this 2 times. Oh, sorry. It's just explaining what mutaform does. So it allows me to, after this guy dies, I can mutaform this one. I want to get them one more damage, and I don't know if I can do that. I think the best I can do, sorry, that summon cost me 3. I think the best I can do is use my use the Gaping Maw. So I'm going to finally activate the Gaping Maw. I'm going to exhaust it, and then I'm going to spend 1 mana to remove 1 damage from a card. So I'm going to remove 1 damage from this card. Because technically this one starts with 2 health, but it gained a damage to do the thing. So I'm healing it by 1. And then I'm going to exhaust my Stone Pillar to spin this. And that's going to allow me to add a -1 health and -1 attack to a enemy. So that at least makes it to where he's not killing outright this guy. He'll probably get a boost for all I know. But we'll see. Alright. That's the most strategic move that I had there. So I have a lot of damage coming in. Oh, actually... Now that I have a lot of damage coming in, I need to engage. So I'm going to engage the Unitar minions, or Yetnar minions. I keep calling it Unitar, but Yetnar minions with the Living Jungle, and I'll try to heal the Living Jungle next time around. And we'll see if I can get them into a good state. But for right now, worst case scenario, they die and they go under the guard pillar, and I'll be okay. So that is it for that. So I've done my alliance phase. Now we move on to the treachery phase. The treachery. We draw a card, and it's gonna be plus damage on the Yetner minions here. So they're now hitting for 4. So from my understanding of the rules, the minions count as monsters because they're epic monsters. So they do count for getting boosted. So that is my interpretation of things. Is that the correct interpretation? I don't know, but it seems correct since the minions count as epic monsters, and epic monsters also exist in the deck here. So that's how I'm reading that. All right. So that is that. Now that we're in there, that means that this guy is gonna die, which is not great. But like I said, they're gonna come back over here. This guy is not gonna die, and that guy's not gonna die. That's just fine. And the Brush Dryad is gonna gain nothing special because it has to be their neighbors destroyed. I wasn't expecting the living jungle to be destroyed, but let's go into our resolution phase. So fight phase. We're going to resolve any Horde fight abilities. There are none. Then we're going to resolve any of my fight abilities. So I do have a fight ability here. And if I have a Dryad in my discard, which I don't think I do. I think I already checked, but I'll check again. I do not have any allied Dryads in my discard. So therefore, I cannot use the fight ability here to put one under here to Metaform 2. Which if I could, it would save my butt, but it didn't. So now that that happens, we're going to go into our fights. We strike each other, starting from left to right. So strikes, I will strike the castle for 2 damage, so that will destroy the castle, which is nice, but also could be not great. So the portal is going to be destroyed, so we'll have the Hatebringer show up here in a second. These two will strike each other, so I'm dealing 2 damage to them, and they're dealing 2 damage to me. So we are just going to be at -3 on both. Oh, actually, this one dies. Perfect. Okay, never mind. All right, I don't know why I did math badly. All right, well, I'm not dead, but they're dead, so cool. Bye-bye. Well, I'm not going to kill them yet. And then finally, these two will strike each other. I'm only striking for 2, so I will only take 2 of the health away from them. They're hitting me for 4, though, because they're doing 3 plus 1. So that means that this creature is going to be dead, which is very, very unfortunate, because I really want that character to survive. But they are dead, though. Sorry, they do take out a good bit of negative stuff, so I'm happy about that. So that's it for them. These guys die. This one goes into my discard. This one goes under the pillar right there. All right. Oh, and this guy dies, and I get a card for him dying. Take it. Ooh, nice. And yeah, that's it. So now we're done with that. We're gonna go into the pillage phase. There's nothing to pillage. Now this guy's gonna go back up here after the pillage phase. Oops. And now we do the end phase. So the gate was destroyed successfully. Woo! I wonder if I get a card for destroying the gate. I hope I do. I don't think I do. Let me see. It doesn't say anything about me getting a card for the portal being destroyed. And now we bring up this card, and this card says summon all cards in the outsider pile at the end of the Horde phase. So he's not out yet, but at the end of the Horde phase, he'll come out. So that's when we'll see the Hatebringer show up. So that's going to be it for that one. Now we go to the top of the next round. We gain mana. We're going to gain 6, which I love. And then we are going to ready and exhausted cards. This is exhausted. My gate is exhausted, but it's now refreshed. It's under the card over there, so you can't really see it. Now that we're done with that, we're going to summon a Horde card. We are doing 1. So we get 1, and it's going to be this one. And this one's going to be a Frost Giant. And it is a monster, and it says play. When we do play, it says a Frost Giant deals 3 damage to the castle unless an ally of the alliance's choice takes 5 damage. So I think I'm gonna part of me wants to have somebody take the damage, because if I do, then I can boost the impact of this character, because I think the first thing that happens is the Hatebringer is going to show up, and then he's going to like strike, and that's going to be really annoying. But if I boost up the Brush Dryad because somebody just died, yeah, okay, all right. So the Clearing Dryad is going to go ahead and take the hit. So we're going to take the hit of 3 damage. So that means that this one's destroyed. They're going to go under the guard pillar. And then the brush dry, because their neighbor just died, they're going to mutiform 2, so I get to give 2 health or 2 damage. I'm gonna give them just 2 damage because I know what's about to happen next. Oh, shoot. Because the Hatebringer's gonna show up here. Darn. Well, I can still do it. It's fine. So we're gonna give her 2 damage anyway. It's fine. Oh man, the Hatebringer has armor? Ugh. Okay, maybe this is not the best of ideas. Alright, we're committing to it. We're committing to the bit. Let me double check my hand here. Yeah, this is gonna get very rough, very fast here, isn't it? I can try to focus on keeping her alive for as long as possible, but I also want to kill that guy. So I think what I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna give her the 2 health. I'm gonna give her the 2 pluses instead. So she's mutiforming for 2 health. And then whenever I get a chance to use a stone pillar, I'll use a stone pillar to reduce this guy by 1/1. And then I'll be able to do the all-out attack. Now, on the flip side of that, what I can do instead is I can do the same thing but with damage, and then just take out the next guy showing up. And I think that might be better. And by that next guy, I mean the Hatebringer. Because the sooner I can take him out, the easier it is for me to like kind of move on to the next phase. It'll only give me 1 card. I can try to defeat the gate instead. I don't know. There's so many different approaches here. I feel like this is going to decide if I win or lose the game, and I'm clearly going to choose the wrong decision. I feel like I am destined to choose the absolute incorrect answer, because why would I choose the correct answer? You have all these answers here, and you chose the correct one. Yeah, right. Like that ever happens. All right. Jokes aside, though, how many allies do I have in my discard here? 2, 3, 4. Oh, did I lose cards at the end of the round? I don't think I did. Because this character just died. Oh no, I lost that card. Okay, I see. Yeah, I did discard a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I don't feel like I lost a card. Huh. Oh no, I didn't have to because I was fighting that guy. Okay, we're good. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 9 cards there. So I need 16 mana. So I need more cards in my discard for that to work out. This guy's pretty tough. I think I will go with my original plan. I'm like undoing my undoing of plans because I just realized I can just take out the Hatebringer. It's gonna make it a lot harder to take out the 2nd level, but it at least gives me a little bit of rest, hopefully. All right. We made our bed. We're gonna sleep in it. All right, now we're at the end of the Horde phase. So we are gonna bring out the Hatebringer, and he's gonna go here. And it says play. The Hatebringer strikes the ally he's engaged with, which is currently nobody. Otherwise, if the Hatebringer is not engaged, he strikes the castle. So he'll strike the castle for 4. The first damage to my castle, my poor castle, is taking 4 damage. That's not great. I don't like that at all. So -4 out of 20 there. So we are starting to take some hits, start to take some heat. Okay. Now we're done with that. We're going to go into the Alliance phase. The Alliance phase allows me to kind of play cards, and I think I got a lot of work to do here. So we're going to move the Brush Dryad. I'm actually going to move her over here because I really want to destroy the portal first. And then I'm going to bring out the Stalker pack because the Hatebringer does not have Trample, so that's actually pretty good for me. I also don't have Trample, that's fine. But I'm going to bring out the Stalker pack, and the Stalker pack allows me to do some really cool stuff. Here, actually, they have a Fight Gorilla 1. Ooh. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna move the Brush Dryad there and the Stalker there. I'm gonna take 7 on my castle, which is terrifying. But I'm gonna try to kill the portal as fast as possible. I feel like that's a worthwhile endeavor. Okay, so I spent 3 to bring out that guy, so it's going to take me from 6 down to 3. And then I'm going to spend 1 mana to use my castle, the Gaping Maw. I exhaust him, I pay 1 mana, that's going to allow me to heal a thing. I'm going to heal this Stone Pillar, and then I'm going to exhaust the Stone Pillar to drop this, to do -1/-1 on somebody, and I'm definitely going to do the Hatebringer, because I think he's going to be alive for the longest. Or, hold on. No, I'm going to do this. Because, well... Yeah, we're gonna do this, because this will kill a guy. This would kill a monster, which would give me a card, and then it'll let me get all 3 of these cards back, because he'll die. The Stalker Pack will die, and it'll give me all these cards back. It won't let me destroy the portal as fast as I want to destroy it, but honestly, I don't think I can destroy it as fast as I want to destroy it. Yeah, it's unfortunate that I have to put them over here. This is all unfortunate. Everything is unfortunate. Nothing about this is fortunate. It's all unfortunate. Super unfortunate. Okay. Alright, continuing on. I'm committing to that. That's where we are. Alright. So now we move on to the Treachery phase. We draw. Treachery phase is going to have us adding a boost to the Hatebringer, because of course it is. And now we're going to go into the Fight phase. So it says, resolve each Horde's fight ability. There are none. There are none amongst the people. Oh, actually. Nope, yep, none amongst the people. Now we're going to resolve the Alliance fight abilities. I have a fight ability, Gorilla 1. Allows me to remove 1 health from a minion. Perfect. So no more cards being discarded, which is good and bad. And now we're going to go into the fight phase. So we're going to strike each other. These 2 strike each other. They take each other out. So that's death and death. This card will go here under the guard pillar. This card will go into the discard. I get to draw a card because I killed a monster. And then it says, after an ally is destroyed, put the card beneath the guard pillar. When the guard pillar has 3 or more allies beneath it, destroy the guard pillar and return all cards beneath it to the owner's hand. So we're going to destroy the guard pillar, and all these cards under it go to my hand, so I get those guys back, which is good. Now the Hatebringer is going to attack, and he is going to attack my castle. My castle has -4 health so far. It's going to have now -5 more, so it's not looking too happy, but that's where we are. Stupid Hatebringer. And that's going to be it. So now we move on to the next part, and the next part is going to be... actually, you know, I can just move these cards. 1 second, let me adjust this. There we go. That's about the same, right? Okay. Sorry, continuing on, we are going to go into our pillage phase. Nothing's going to happen in the pillage phase. No pillaging. No minions to return to the back line. And in phase, the gate is not destroyed. This card now goes away. The boost goes away. And we rotate. That was only round 1. Jeez. I got a lot of cards though. This feels good. I have a ton of cards now. I don't have any spells still. I'm surprisingly lacking spells. But you know what? It's probably for the better. It's probably for the better. Because I don't know how to use those anyway. Alright, top of the round. Gain mana. We're going to gain 6. So we go from 2 to 8, which is great. And then we're going to ready our exhausted cards. So ready our Stone Pillar. Ready our castle, the Gaping Maw. And now we do the Horde. So we draw a card for the Horde phase. And this one is going to be this guy. It is a monster. He has Taunt. So at the end of the Alliance phase, this monster must be engaged. He is a 2/3. So he goes right there. Then we compact. Nothing to compact. And that's it. So now we go into the Alliance phase. So now I can go ahead and play my cards. I got 8, which is great. This character is boosted to all heck. So I think I have a person who can let me move. Yeah. The Clearing Dryad lets me move health or... Sorry, +1 health or +1 attack from one ally to another ally. Excuse me, the Tribe Warriors is another card I just got. It says play the monster engaged with the Tribe Warriors gains -1 attack and -1 health for the remainder of the turn. And then they get Gorilla 1. He's a 4. Oops. He's a 4 though, so that makes it a little bit tricky. I think what I want to do is I would like to I like to take out the portal so I can have monsters stop summoning. Although next round there will be no more monsters summoning, so I don't want to take out the portal yet. Did I hit the portal last time? I did. I should have hit it for 4. I'm sorry. Yeah, the portal only has 4 health left. There you go. Much better. And this guy has taunt, so I need... This is tough. I do want to take them out. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the living jungle here. And that's gonna cost me 3 to summon, so I'll go down to 8. And then I'm gonna put the tribe warriors here, and that's gonna cost me 4. And then I'm gonna move my brush dryad right here, and actually, nope. I'm gonna put the tribe warriors over here, and then put the brush dryad there. Nope. It says the monster engaged with the tribe, so they have to be engaged with the Hatebringer before it actually is effective. So never mind. Let me do that. Let me do it this way, like I originally said. So we'll continue to let the brush dryad to get boosted here, and then yeah, the living jungle can bulk up a little bit before they punch that one, and I can mutiform too, which means I will be able to survive, assuming that they don't get a boost. If they get a boost, then I'm kind of hosed there. This one will definitely die to that guy, but I get to -1/-1 him right now. He has 2 armor. Ugh, man. Why does he have 2 armor? Well, it says play, the monster engaged with. Okay, yeah. So I'm assuming when I play, the monster engages that, and then I can move him afterwards. Is that correct? Is that the rule? Is that the rule? Yeah, I think that is a rule. Play abilities on a card trigger when this card is played. Creatures and towers must enter the lane. Must enter a lane, and attachments must be attached before any play ability is resolved. Okay, and then move. Can I move after? Because I can play them to summon them and then rearrange my my battle lines. That's what I'm hoping that I can do. Let me make sure the rules allow me to do that. It says action. So move an ally, not tower, from one lane to another without alliance cards, or even swap lanes with another ally in play. You can also discard any of your alliance cards in play. Okay. So play allows me to, and it says alliance players can take each of the following actions below any number of times in any order. Perfect. So I can play the card. So I play the card. I got the ability, and now I can move them out of the way. All right. Okay, cool. So it's not as strict as I thought I was. So we're gonna play this here to get that ability. Then we're gonna swap out these 2. Ooh. Because I want to keep her. Well, I don't really want to keep her that alive that badly, because I don't want to defeat the gate next round. So her dying is not great, but it's not the end of the world. She will be able to do enough damage to take out the Hatebringer, though, which is going to be the big thing for us. And the next one's going to have 3 armor. and it's gonna be harder to kill. So I really want to. I don't want this one to die. So I'm gonna move the living jungle over here so I can pump them up. I'm gonna move the tribe warriors over there, and I'm gonna move the living jungle back here. So my goal is to pump up the living jungle and to get them strong, because every time they fight, they'll be able to get 2 stronger, and that allows me to kind of pump them up for the Hatebringer. The tribe warriors, they're going to sacrifice themselves to take out, hopefully take out the troll crusher, and that will allow them to basically, you know, mutually assure destruction. Although he doesn't have enough damage, does he? Okay. All right. So I see what I need to do. I need to activate this with my last mana, and that's going to allow me to add a health back to my stone pillar, which has been doing work. I'm going to spin the stone pillar to do -1/-1. And, ooh, I can do that on Hatebringer. That way I don't have to worry about this character dying. Nah, we're gonna stick over here. Because the living jungle is going to be able to boost up more. And then also, when the fights go from left to right, it says after Brush Dry's neighbor is destroyed, Mutaform 2. So they fight, and then they get to Mutaform before they fight, which actually means that I can actually keep her alive. So that means I do want this one to die, but I also need the health to be low enough for me to not kill, so that's actually going to be bad, because they're not going to kill. The puzzle. The puzzle is killing me here. Okay, hold on. So the Tribe Warrior allowed me to get -1/-1 on the Hatebringer. I think with how I'm playing this, I do want the Tribe Warriors to die, but the problem is they're not going to die in this next attack. The alternative is for me to... No, absolutely not. I was like, the alternative is for me to have the Living Jungle die, but no, absolutely not. Alright, so in that case, this is pain. This is pain. The problem is that the brush dryer right now can grow a little bit faster than the living jungle, but the living jungle will grow every time I fight, as long as I have dead bodies in the discard, which I do. I do have one. I have only one Dryad there, so actually I need this one to die. So okay, all right, this is how we're gonna play it. We are committing to the bitten. All right, so that's it. We've committed. We've done that. Done. Ally phase is all done. Now we're going to move on to the next little bit. And next little bit is for us to move on to the treachery phase. So we're going to draw. And this one's going to be a boost of attack. Ah, of course. Oh, perfect. Yeah, that's what we wanted. Oh, well, no, we didn't want that. Yeah, because he's still not going to die. He's going to have 1 health left. That's kind of annoying. Kind of annoying. All right. So that's where we're at on that one. They get a boost over there. And now we move on to the fight phase. So no active abilities over on their side. There is a fight ability on our side. So we get to put an ally Dryad under us, which I think is this one. And that gives us +2 for Mutaform. And we will do the +1/+1. So +1 health, +1 damage. Like so. So that means it's not enough damage to kill the portal, but it will give us a within spitting distance, which is good. Now we're going to go ahead and do the fighting. So the fighting is going to happen. So I'm dealing 2 to him. So that means that he is down. So I'm just going to put the damage there so I can kind of think about it later. So this one's dead. And then they are dealing 2 -1/+1. So they're dealing 2 to me. So I'm not dead. I'm kind of there. And then fight for me says a gorilla. Sorry, there's a fight ability. For gorilla 1, there's nothing for me to gorilla, so nothing happens there. Okay, so moving on over here, this fight is going to be a little bit interesting. So no other abilities. This one didn't die, so I didn't get to boost myself up. So I'm dealing 4 to them. They have armor 2, so I'm only dealing 2, which is enough to kill. And then they're dealing 3 to me, which is enough to kill. They do not have trample, so just 3. And that means that this character is now dead, DED dead. And then finally, the living jungle is going to punch the castle, the portal for 3. And they're done. That's it. Finito. This one dies. This one dies, which gives me a card. It's the first defeat, but I get a card. And then this one dies, which gives me a card. And then my other ally down there is still alive. This was a triumph. And I got some new cards. I got another Stone Pillar, and I got Twist Allegiance. Twist Allegiance. It says play a non-epic monster in the lane and one of its neighbors strike each other. Ooh. Nice. Okay. That could be good. That could be really good. All right. So I think we did pretty well. I think we did pretty well with that, all things considered. All right, so we're done. I think we're on the path to hopefully winning this. We'll see. So now we're done with that. We're gonna go into our portal's still alive. Portal's gonna rotate one more, and we're doing a 0. So the reason why I didn't want to kill the portal is because it's currently at 7. It has 8 health, but it's gonna summon 0 monsters and it's gonna give me 6 mana. I want to take advantage of the 6 mana it's gonna give me, and then I want to defeat the portal this round. So now we're done with that. We refreshed. We gain mana. We get all of our unexhausted Horde phase. Nothing to summon. Resolve new Horde. There's nothing. Compact Horde. Nothing. But we do have to do the bring everything that's inside of the summon all cards in the outsider pile, which is this guy. So he shows up and says the Hatebringer gains +1 attack and trample for the remainder of the turn. So +1 attack and trample, has armor 3, which is kind of big. Has armor 3. That's Pierce. Is that Pierce? I think that's Pierce. Oh, well, it's gonna be armor 3 today. So it has armor 3, and yeah, it's gonna be a big deal to deal with. Okay, so now we go into my turn. So I have a lot of cards here. They have trample, which I'm not happy about. And there's no other monsters for me to have them punch each other. So my goal is to defeat the gate and then just kind of prepare for the next round. So I want to kind of get as much stuff as I can out there. So I'm going to go ahead and summon, spin 2, 1, 2 to summon another Stone Pillar. And it's going to give 2 health on it. And then we're going to go ahead and start wearing down the enemy. So I'm going to activate my castle to reduce my mana by 1 to give this one back, this Stone Pillar back a health. And then I'm going to exhaust this and exhaust that to give -2/-2 to the Hatebringer. We don't want your hate here. So -2, -2. I wonder if I can kill him just by doing the minuses on him. That'd be pretty cool. I think I can. All right, so that's all done. We have 3 mana left. We can summon something, so I think I will summon something. Just get some stuff out here. I'm just gonna summon a simple Stalker pack. Actually, I need some more Dryads in the discard, don't I? Sucks. All right, I'm gonna summon the Clearing Dryad. It's gonna cost me 3. I could have just saved. I could have just banked up the portal stuff there, but I decided to spend it all because I don't know, reasons. Actually, you know what? I don't benefit from summoning this card right now, so I'm not gonna summon it. There's no benefits for me summoning that card right now. I do have a spell though. It's not a immediate or not an instant spell, but okay. All right, so we're gonna end it there. He's not gonna do any damage, is he? Okay. So let me rethink this, because I don't have to stand there. I can just move him. I can just scooch on over, like so. There's no reason that I need to like face him, you know. And that will allow me to get this Dryad into the discard. So yeah, we are going to summon this Dryad because he's going to go straight to the discard, so I can power up my living jungle with more dead Dryad bodies. It's grim thing indeed, but hey, it's what we got. All right, so now we're done with that. We're going to move over to the Treachery phase. So we are going to draw the Treachery card. And the Treachery card is going to be a boost again. So we're going to get +1 over there. So he's hitting pretty hard. Just Oh, well, that's the +1. I'm not going to put a token there for him. And now we're going to move over into our fight phase. So any fight abilities, yes, we have a fight ability here. We have to put an allied Dryad under him from the discard. And if I do, I get to Mutaform 2. We're going to give ourselves as much strength as possible, because all we need to do is take out the Hatebringer. We don't need to do anything else. So I'm just going to give him all the health right there. Or all the damage, I should say. That's done. No fight abilities on their side. And, okay, cool. All good. So now we go over into the attacking. He is dealing 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 4, 5. So he's dealing 5. So he's dealing 5 damage to me, has trample, so he is going to be doing 1 damage to my castle, which is not great. So my castle now has 10 damage on it, is half health. And then I'm going to be swinging at him for 3, but he has armor 3, so he feels nothing. So therefore, I don't do anything but die. That's sad. All right. Sad Dryad death. Okay, this tribe of warriors, is going to attack, is going to be able to take out the portal, so the portal is now down, which is great. And the living jungle is going to do the same, but there's no more health, so I'm just not going to attack. So we're all done. We've destroyed a portal, so that means there's going to be no more enemy summons, which is a good and bad thing. Good in the sense that I don't have to deal with any more enemies, I just need to pump up my living jungle. Bad in the sense I'm not going to have any more cards to draw. Unless Treachery puts some more health back on the minions, which it can. It often does. But it has not so far. But because I said it out loud, it's going to happen. So, you know how that goes. All right. Oh, and I'm back down to 4 mana instead of 6. Ugh, that might have been a bad idea. All right. At any rate, we're all done. So now we're going to the end phase. The gate was destroyed. So now we get our brand new gate. This one is infinite health. It is going to be summoning 0 monsters. So there's no need for me to rotate it. I'm not going to rotate anymore. And now we go back to the start of the round with the the gain mana. I'm going to gain 4 mana. And then we are going to unexhaust our stuff. Oh, I didn't spin this. Sorry. Okay. And now we move on to our summon Horde. 0. So nothing. All right. Oh, also he loses this card. He also loses +1 attack and trample. He loses trample +1 attack because that was only for that 1 round. All right, so now all I got to do is just take him out. I should be able to survive a round of stuff here. I just need to be able to do a ton of damage. So let's see. Can I summon my behemoth? My behemoth costs 25. It's reduced by 1 for every creature in my discard, which is actually not great because my living jungle is bringing cards out of my discard. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. All right. Well, nowhere closer to it. It's not great. But I think we're just gonna kill the Hatebringer just by using stone pillars. So we're just gonna stone him to death. What an anticlimactic end! I know. So we're gonna go into our alliance phase, and in the alliance phase, I'm gonna play alliance cards. I don't think I'm going to play any cards. Instead, I am going to go ahead and activate my castle to heal, or spend 1 mana to heal one of these stone pillars by 1. And then I'm going to spend this on the stone pillar to drop him by 1/1. And now all I need to do is just punch him by 1. So I'm going to move my living jungle guy over here. I know I'm being overzealous about this, but I'm going to do it. If I lose my living jungle, I'm going to be very sad. Put this guy over here in this lane, just to watch out, just to check out things, hang out. Okay, yeah, all right, so we're done. And that is it. All right, so now we move on to the treachery phase. We draw our treachery card, hopefully our last card, but we'll see. It is going to be, ooh, +2 damage? Ugh, gosh, gross. So it's going to be a boost of +2, so I'm not going to remove anything. But he does still die. He doesn't get any more armor, so he just needs 1 more hit. He's dead, but unfortunately I do lose my living jungle, even if I do boost him, because he's hitting at 5, and I can get a max of 5 health on him. So living jungle is going to be dead. At least he went out swinging. All right, so now we go into our fight phase. I do have a fight thing here, so we're going to bring in a Dryad under him. and that's going to be Mutaform 2 again. We're just gonna make it more damage just to make it hurt more. There we go. Because even if I put the health, the living jungle is still gonna die. So we're just gonna go a warrior's death here. All right, and now we do our fight phase. So we're gonna have these two attack each other. The Hatebringer is hitting me for 5, 2. Oh. Sorry, I did math badly. 1 second. We're gonna go with the +2 health. So we do a warrior's victory. I mean, a warrior's death is still pretty nice, but I'll be able to survive. Sorry, I did math badly. So we're doing 5 minus 3, so that's 2, plus 2, so that's gonna be 4. So he's only dealing 4 to me. So that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And then I'm dealing 2, 5, so I'm doing 5 to him. He has armor 3, so he's taking 2 damage. So therefore, he will be dead. Boom! I defeated the Hatebringer, despite his armor and everything. And that is it. So I defeated him. I was going to draw my last card to see what I get, but this is basically end of game. The game ends immediately once I defeat him. And death has become the Hatebringer. No hate shall win here. Alright, dead off to the side. So that's it. We drew this card, another Stalker pack. I have like 3 of these. I have one of these in my hand already. Here's my hand if you want to see. Sorry, the green screen is green screening through everything, but yep, 2 Stalker packs here. Okay, so that's gonna be it. So I successfully won that one. That's pretty good. So this one ends in a victory for me. The Alliance has won this particular battle, this particular day. These lanes have been cleared. These boots were meant for Stalker pack, and that's just what they'll do. Sorry, I was gonna say stalking, but these boots are meant for stalking pack because they have Stalker pack here. Get it? No? Okay, just me. All right. Anyway, all right. So that's gonna be it for this video, though. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it, and as always, I will see you all whenever.